Hello everybody, my name's John, a retired cook from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to my latest video recipe. And in this relatively quick one, I'll show you how to make your own pickled beetroot at home. It's absolutely delicious and much better than anything you buy in the shops. And to cap it all, it's extremely easy to do. You can see the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on the channel's website. And the link to that page and lots more is in the description box under the video. Just find and click on the word more, and that'll give you access to all the relative links for this video, including our website store products. Okay, let's get on with today's recipe. Okay, these are the nice fresh beetroots or beets that I'm using today. Trim off the stems, leaving a couple of inches or 6 centimetres on the beet. Cutting too close to the beet will cause them to bleed and lose a lot of their pigment when boiling. You can also coat them in a little oil, wrap them in kitchen foil and roast these in the oven if you wish. But boiling is a lot less hassle and a lot quicker. And just tidy up the root like so. And once again, not too close to the beet. Okay, that's all those done. Time to give them a thorough wash. I like to use one of these soft plastic pan scrubbers. Make sure you get all that mud and dirt off without damaging the skin. Now gently get them into a large pan. And when I say gently, all I mean is don't bruise or damage the skin. Now cover them with water. Right, get the pan onto a high heat and bring it up to a steady boil. Once boiling, turn the heat down so they're just bubbling. Get the lid on the pan and give them 25 minutes. And once the time's up, I'll check to see if they need a bit longer. Okay, the time's up, so I'll check them with a sharp, thin-bladed knife. There's still some resistance, so I'm going to give these an extra 10 minutes. Beetroot is notoriously unpredictable when it comes to cooking times. Right, time's up. I'll give them another quick check with the knife. And these are done. There's very little resistance now. It's a bit like checking your potatoes. Also, I hope you can see that we've lost very little colour to the water. And more importantly, it means we've retained all the nutrients from the beets too. Right, I'll gently transfer them to a colander that I've got sitting in my sink. Now fill the sink with cold water and let them cool while I make up the pickling vinegar. And it's back to the stove, guys. Get a saucepan onto a medium heat and let it get hot. Once it's hot, you can add the spices to the dry pan. This is just so we can toast them. And that's the best way to bring out the flavour of these spices. I'm only using a few peppercorns and some coriander seeds, but you can add any spices that you like. Time to add the vinegar. And the vinegar I'm using is this clear distilled or white vinegar. I believe it's known as spirit vinegar in the States. But once again, you can use whatever vinegar you like. Apple cider vinegar is nice, but it can work out very expensive. Next to go in is the soft brown sugar. This is to balance out the sharpness and the sour taste of the vinegar. The taste would be very harsh without it. And the next to go in is the salt. Now you need to use pure sea or kosher salt here. Table salt contains too many anti-caking agents like calcium silicate and iodine. This affects the preserving process and it causes the brine to become very cloudy. Finally, I'm adding 1 bay leaf. Right, bring that to a boil, and once it's boiling, turn down the heat as low as possible. Now let that simmer for about 3 minutes and that's it. Turn off the heat and your pickling vinegar is ready to go. How easy was that? Right, the amount of beetroot I'm doing should fill around 3 or 4 of these small but very pretty little mason jars. All sterilised, of course. Okay, back to the sink. Start by topping and tailing the now cool beetroots. Once they're topped and tailed, you can start to peel them. The skin should come off very easily. you should be able to more or less rub the skin off. And a very quick mention to the channel's latest supporters. I'll do the name splash and shout out a little later in the video. And that's the first one done. And there's the last one. Right, I'll have a quick clean up and I'll be back in a moment. And at this point in the video, I hope you don't mind if I give my brand new Book 5 a quick shout out. This latest release features 12 all new bread recipes not found in any of my previous 4 books, along with even more brand new recipes for air fryers, pies, cakes and desserts and much more. The book also includes interactive elements such as QR codes linking directly to step-by-step video tutorials for each recipe. And you'll find links for all 5 books in the description below the video. Time to get them sliced and into the jars. But before I start, I like to strain the spices out of the vinegar. There's now enough flavour in the vinegar for us, but you can also leave them in if you prefer it a bit stronger. All that's left to do now is to get the beets sliced and into the jars. You can cut these as thin or as thick as you like. I like to cut mine about 6mm, around 1/4 inch. And if you wouldn't mind guys, if you found the video useful and enjoyable, can you give the video a like by hitting the thumbs up? It really helps the channel tremendously. Leave a little space at the top so all of the slices can be covered with the pickling brine. And I did cheat a little. I was about half a jar short of filling all 4 jars, so I had to nick a little from my video backup batch. Once all your jars are nicely packed, it's time to add the vinegar to the jars. Make sure that the beetroot is completely submerged in the jar. Go back and top them up if you have to. Time to get the lids on. You can also put labels on if you wish. I'm putting these on for the sake of the video, but they don't last that long in this house to worry about when they were made. As far as storing them is concerned, I like to keep mine in the fridge. A jar of beetroot, if it's unopened, will last about 6 weeks to 3 months, depending on the temperature in your fridge. And in traditional cookery jargon, here's what I made earlier. In fact, it was about 3 weeks ago. It's still got that beautiful deep red colour. Have to have some freshly ground salt and black pepper. Making a meal of this piece. Time to give it a try. It still has that little resistance. And honestly, that is absolutely delicious. A fantastic balance of taste between sugar and vinegar. Still sharp, but mellow and delicious. And that's it guys, I told you it was easy. Before I go, I know some of you will ask, can I reuse the pickling vinegar over and over again? And it's a very good question. And the answer is both yes and no. I recommend reusing it just the once. And I'll quickly tell you why. After 2 uses, the brine becomes diluted with the water from the beets and becomes cloudy, weak and unappetizing. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed that, and that's another big thumbs up for this recipe guys. And as mentioned earlier in the video, here is the latest list of my Patreon, PayPal and Super Thank You button supporters. And they are Robert Carter, Charlie Self, Francis Viviani, Jens K3250, Rachel's Home Make It Homestead 2826 and Rent a Ghost. And the first 2 sponsors of our new YouTube membership program, Harvey Hall and Muffin Fluff. Thanks very much guys, I really do appreciate all that you do in supporting the channel. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in your kitchen and bye for now.